Hello, everybody, and welcome to WDW Radio Live and the WDW Newscast. I am Lou Mongello from WDW Radio. Today is Wednesday, December 12th, 2012. It is 12/12/12, and if the Mayans are right, we only have about 9 more days to go. But in the meantime, I'm here to help you have the best possible Disney vacation experience and bring a little bit of Disney magic wherever you are with these live broadcasts, my audio podcast, videos, Walt Disney World trivia books, blog, CDs, events, and more. You can find everything over at WDWRadio.com. So let's get right into our Walt Disney World news this week, and there's a lot of it. And we're going to, of course, start off with, look at me, this body's all natural. We're starting off with dining because there's a new sort of restaurant coming to Epcot, and it opened yesterday. And it's, I'm going to butcher the name, it's Monsieur Paul's. It debuted at the France Pavilion, obviously, by my horribly awkward French accent. It's in the location of the former Bistro de Paris, similar but a little bit different. It's going to continue to be upscale, but a little bit less former than the former restaurant was. It's that classic French architecture that's going to remain, a lot of bright colors, a little bit more modern. It's really going to be something that is going to be a little bit more inviting, right? So it's very much themed after and decorated with many of Chef Paul Bocuse's culinary honors. He was a Michelin star holder for 48 years, which I assume is a really big deal. He was actually Chef of the Century, which also makes him my very, very best friend by the Culinary Institute of America. And so what has sort of changed in terms of the decor is that the former restaurant upstairs in the France Pavilion was very, very formal. There was white linen tablecloths, tuxedos for the servers. Those are gone. So it's still upscale, but less formal. I think now the feeling is that people who are coming to Epcot, they do want a little bit of a higher-end dining experience, but they don't want to feel that they have to dress up to go to a theme park, spend a lot of time. It's about comfort for the guests and the servers. So now the servers are going to be in crisp white shirts, purple ties, long black aprons. So it's, as Disney says, elegant but approachable. But more importantly, let's talk about the new menu. And it was created by Chef Francesco Santin, who worked with Chef Bocuse in his restaurant in Lyon, France for 15 years. It is very much built on that Bocuse tradition of French classical with fresh ingredients, just the right temperature, just the right seasoning, and my mouth is already watering. So some of the dishes that you can expect, and I'm not going to once again butcher the French language or the chef's take on it. There's going to be black winter truffle and beef broth soup, Maine lobster, vegetable bisque. There's also going to be an herb-crusted rack of lamb, niçoise style, with goat cheese, onions, arugula, cassoulet of, I can't even read the menu. There's also going to be a souffle of Grand Marnier for dessert, a triple chocolate cake. You can see some of the other desserts here. Again, very much following in that French-style cuisine, but again, not feeling as though you need to get dressed up and get very formal to walk through a theme park in order to get that experience. So I like that. I like the idea of this high-end restaurant without having to feel as though you need to go back and change and then walk through the park, especially when it's really hot out. Sometimes you want to just, obviously you can't go in flip-flops and tank tops and things like that. You do need to dress appropriately for the restaurant, but you don't need to dress up, right? There's other places you can do that on property. It's open 7 days for a week for dinner, starting at 5:30 p.m. Obviously, to make a reservation, you can go online. You can use Disney's mobile app, or you can go call 407-WDW-DINE. I'm actually really looking forward to experiencing the restaurant, so much so that I'm going on Friday. I'm not going to do a live review this time, but I'm taking my wife for her birthday. So we're going to experience the new restaurant, which is really just an excuse for me to go and eat at the new restaurant. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to a review, really seeing how this may have changed from the old Bistro de Paris. All right, so moving over from Epcot over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. The holidays are here. That can only mean one thing, and that's at the Comedy Warehouse Holiday Special. It's not the Star Wars Holiday Special, God forbid. It's the Comedy Warehouse Holiday Special. This is back to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, after testing it out last year, is going to be back in a larger venue, the Premier Theater. So if you think sort of in the back over by Muppets, it's sort of the best of family-friendly, very important, unlike when it was Comedy Warehouse in Pleasure Island, family-friendly improv comedy. It's a reunion of those cast members who were part of the very, very popular Comedy Warehouse troupe that performed in Pleasure Island for so many years. And it's a holiday-themed show, sort of their gift from the cast members to us. It runs from December 23rd through January 5th. It's included with park admission, which I really like, and it's going to a great way for those of us who remember the Comedy Warehouse to experience that again, and for families, which I love the fact that it's It's family-friendly to have the cast invent holiday songs like right on cue, stories, poems, all different kinds of scenarios. And again, no two shows are ever going to be the same. So this is one of the things, if you're in the Walt Disney World area between December 23rd and January 5th, I would suggest not going once, not going twice, but going as often as you can. They're going to have a number of sets throughout the day. Definitely be sure and check it out. Speaking of that time frame, New Year's Eve is one of the best times to spend at Walt Disney World. One of my fondest memories is spending Millennium New Year's Eve in Epcot Center. Really, it wasn't very crowded. It took me 3 hours to get to the monorail, but it was an amazing experience. And if you are a fireworks fan, it is one of the biggest fireworks displays of the entire year at Walt Disney World. And again, there's something for everyone all throughout the resort. So in Epcot, there are DJs stationed at select pavilions throughout the evenings. Illuminations is actually being performed twice at 7 p.m. and at 11:42 p.m. You can figure out why and exactly when that is going to end. There's also a buffet dining experience inspired by Fantasia that's going to take place at World Showplace. Reservations are available from 4:30 to 10:30 p.m. So it's sort of an open seating time, priced at $68.67 for adults, $44.37 for children. You can call 407 WDW Dine for more information. Over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, when you're done checking out the Comedy Warehouse, stay for Mulch, Sweat, and Shear's New Year's Eve Spectacular in front of the Sorcerer Hat. They play contemporary rock, classic rock, funk, rock and roll with their own sort of little spin on it. They have 4 sets throughout the day. There's fireworks, special events, and then you can ring in the new year with Mulch playing to a full-scale fireworks spectacular in order to start off 2013. In downtown Disney, I kind of dig this idea. Over at Disney Quest, they have a family-friendly celebration that runs from 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. Disney Quest, this indoor 5-story theme park. Well, there's a DJ dance party. There's character meet and greets. Unlimited access to all the games and Disney Quest attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean, the Virtual Jungle Cruise, Cyberspace Mountain. There's a confetti drop, party favors, and you also get a coupon for a quick service entree, a side, and a drink. Tickets are going to go on sale probably in the next few days over at 407-934-7639, where you can contact Disney Quest for more information. Staying in downtown Disney, if you are a fan, and you should be if you've never seen it before, Cirque du Soleil La Nuba is going to have a special showing that night. Everyone who attends the December 31st performance is going to receive a limited edition Walt Disney World Cirque du Soleil trading pin. There are shows at 6 and 9 p.m. And for more information, call 407-WDW-SEAT. People in the chat room saying La Nuba is great. I agree. I'm looking forward to finally taking my kids to go enjoy it because it is a very family-friendly show. If you're going to be on the Disney cruise, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. Listen, sometimes there's some late time deals over the Disney Cruise Line. They're celebrating at sea as well too. But if you are back at Walt Disney World, a lot of the resort hotels are going to have celebrations as well, including some of the restaurants. So, for example, Narcoossee's over at the Disney's Grand Floridian is going to have a 4-course dining experience for $161 for adults, $77 for kids, with a DJ, a balloon artist, and special fireworks viewing. On the boardwalk over at Atlantic Dance Hall, there's a New Year's Eve party from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., a video DJ, a limited viewing, sort of the top of the Epcot fireworks. Lots of things going on wherever you are in Walt Disney World. It is a great time. So if you are here or if you're local, definitely come down, experience Walt Disney World for New Year's Eve. Quickly going back to food, because everything goes back to food eventually. I think one of the somewhat hidden treasures, and one of the most important things, especially if you are a pass holder or DVC member, it pays for itself, I promise you, even with this change. The Tables in Wonderland card. The Tables in Wonderland gives you discounts on food and alcohol and valet parking for select restaurants throughout Walt Disney World. But the Tables in Wonderland membership price increased this week from $100 to $125 and from $75 to $100 for annual seasonal pass holders and DVC members. Also, if you want an additional card, it costs your spouse or partner $50. But again, it gives you 20% off food and beverages at participating lining locations. And obviously, they add the 18% gratuity for you. So it's kind of a wash. In the past, the price break, sort of for it to even out, would be about $625 for pre-discount meal costs, about $500 for Florida residents. You can take 10 people on a single card, so you only need one card for a large group. It's not valid during certain, Christmas Day, Easter, July 4th, whatnot. It also is valid for the 8:30 p.m. shows of the Hoop-de-Doo now through March 7th, and then September 1st through the 27th, and then the 4 o'clock show from March 8th through the August 31st. That is a great deal right there. You can purchase Tables in Wonderland from all of the theme park and downtown Disney guest relations locations. If you're a Florida resident or a pass holder, you can also purchase the pass by phone. Without a doubt, this is one of the most valuable, I think, perks of being a pass holder or a DVC member is the Tables in Wonderland card. Use it. I guarantee it will pay for itself, especially if you eat like I do. All right, we're going to go kind of beyond the parks because I think this is all about Disney and our love of Disney. And because we can't get down to Disney World as often as we like, sometimes we look for a little Disney connection while we're at home. Well, now, thanks to a deal that Disney signed last week, you're now going to be able to get more Disney direct to you at home. Because last week, Disney and Netflix announced a new licensing agreement that's going to bring Disney movies to Netflix starting in 2016. Now remember, that deal includes not just Disney movies, but Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar, Marvel, Disney Nature Films, which are going to be exclusively streamed on Netflix. You're also going to be able to see the Star Wars franchise, which we obviously acquired earlier this year. So all films released after 2015 are going to be available on Netflix. So what this means is that while it's still a few years away, the fact that it is going to be exclusive with Netflix means that theatrically released movies released in theaters, are going to be available on Netflix during what's known as the pay TV window. So think about HBO and Starz and Showtime, things like that. It also includes first-run rights to direct-to-video releases, which are going to begin appearing next year. Right, so what this means time-wise is that Netflix is now going to start to be able to stream Disney movies about 7 to 9 months after they appear in theaters, as Starz currently does under the agreement that they have currently with Disney, which is obviously going away. Disney announced last month they're shutting down their Disney Movies online service, which never really got, I think, as much traction as they were looking for. That's going to close off on December 31st. And while you may have to wait a few years in order to get the new major titles quicker on Netflix, now remember, Netflix you can stream to your Apple TV, your Roku, your Xbox, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever it may be. You can start seeing pieces of this deal coming together now because they also reached a separate agreement to bring some of the older films to the streaming service. So look for on Netflix now, if you're a subscriber, things like Dumbo, Alice in Wonderland, Pocahontas. Direct-to-video is going to start being on Netflix next year. And if you're a fan of the Disney parks, see how I brought this full circle? You can already see some of those great parks and resorts videos on Netflix. So, it's not Undiscovered Walt Disney World, but some of the sort of the behind the scenes, I think there's 5 that you can currently stream on Netflix. I see people in the box are saying, I use Roku. Some people, while you have, I think a lot of us, while we own the physical DVDs, there was something very, very convenient about being able to stream directly to your box, or more importantly, stream directly to your mobile device. And I think for people who are Disney fans, this may make them or bring them over to Netflix because it is going to be exclusive. And as a Disney fan who's been a Netflix subscriber for many, many years, this is another great way, especially I think about for my kids who are downstairs, don't want to go searching around through piles of DVDs. They can easily find it, add it to the wish list, and stream it on demand. Interesting that Disney went with Netflix because they obviously they weren't able to sort of get as much traction as they wanted with their own service, but Netflix's footprint on the industry and on devices is so large, I think it makes perfect sense. Again, great time to be a Disney fan, right? With changes coming to the parks, improvements coming from the parks to the resorts to your mobile devices and everywhere. There are a lot of good things, and it's a very good time. People, Beatrice Feeney saying Disney Parks is a great collection. I agree. If you can't get to Disney World, that's a great way to get and stay connected because you can't find those shows on the major networks or Discovery or History Channel like a Modern Marvels anymore. Now you can find that on Netflix. I think this is a brilliant move, and again, for us as Disney fans, it is something very, very welcome as well. So that's actually it for the news this week, but there's always a but. I have a couple of announcements as well, too. I want to remind you that in addition to the podcast and the show, and I love connecting with you guys on Twitter, I'm at Lou Mongello, and Facebook.com/WDW Radio, and YouTube and Pinterest, I still believe nothing beats a handshake and a hug, and that is why in 2013, we're taking the show literally on the road. We have a number of events throughout the year in Walt Disney World, on the road, and at sea. You know that we're going back on the Disney Fantasy November 2nd through the 9th. Hope that you can join us then. We're going to be going to Aulani, the Walt Disney Family Museum, and our first sort of unofficial, on-the-road event for 2013 is going to be in Las Vegas, and we finally have a date. It is going to be Friday, January 4th. I'm going out to speak at the New Media Expo once again this year, and so I figured this is a perfect way to kick off our on-the-road events. This one's going to be very casual, right? Some of them are going to be casual events. Some will be ticketed events. This one is just going to be whoever wants to come by yourself, bring the family. I'm kid-friendly always. We're going to get together at one of the hotels like we do here in Walt Disney World around some food. So if you want to grab a bite to eat, we'll hang out, we'll chat. We got try and make a little bit Disney connection while we're there too. If you visit the events page over at WDWRadio.com/events, you can find out more. You can RSVP there as well too. Not required, but would be very, very helpful. So we know who's going to be able to attend. I've already heard from a couple of friends out there in Vegas. Looking forward to meeting and getting together with you guys out there. One other announcement, which I am thrilled, finally, and the finally is all my fault, I am finally able to announce, because this has been a long time coming, and it's something that I have for you. And it's something that I've been working on for a long, long time, and unfortunately it took a little bit longer than I hoped, but I wanted to be a certain way. I wanted to do certain things, and it's free, again, because so many of you were asking for it, and I'm happy to finally release, and I know some of you guys are already talking about it in the chat room, finally release an all-new WDW Radio Free App. And this app is not free not only for your iPhone and your iPod and your iPad, but for Android, and coming soon, your Windows device as well. It is now available. You can download it from the iTunes Store. You can download it for Google Play. And hopefully in the next day or so, it'll be approved for the Windows platform as well. It gives you easy, free access to the podcast, the blogs, the videos. You can connect with me via Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can see some of the live events. You can chat in our discussion forums. You can stream the show and subscribe to the show. You also are going to be able to get exclusive content, right? We're going to have some push notifications, some other features that we're going to continue to add to the app. We're going to get exclusive content, updates, and more. Here you see, you'll be able to follow along, see what kind of upcoming events we have. You'll also be able to watch our videos direct from our YouTube channel. Everything is going to be right there, nice and easy for you. And you can currently get it over on WDWRadio.com/app, APP, or just search for WDW Radio, 2 words, in the iTunes or Google Play Store. And again, if you are a Windows mobile device user, it should be approved probably in the next day or so. Always looking for comments, suggestions, feedback. More importantly, if you like the app, and I hope that you do, please, please, please go to the iTunes or Google Play Store, rate and review. Write out a review for the app. It is very, very, very helpful to me and for the app. And again, if you have comments or feedback, things you'd like to see changed, a bug, a gremlin that got in there, email me directly at lou@wdwradio.com. When I was talking about things that were coming, some people were asking about Trivia Book Volume 3. That is also in the works. That will hopefully be out. It will be out. I'm going to throw down the gauntlet to myself. It will be out in 2013, as will the Tomorrowland audio guide to the Magic Kingdom. That'll complete the virtual audio tours of the Magic Kingdom. Hope to have that for you probably right after the first of the year. Yes, they are going to be available on Kindle and other digital formats as well too. So, and there's lots more that I'm working on as well too, but I can't give it all away today, right? So you know that the app is out. Again, you can find it in the iTunes and the Google Play App Store. Please go by, review it, download it, rate it. Let me know if you have any comments or feedback while you're on the site. Be sure to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our free newsletter. Speaking about getting updates and exclusive content and contests for newsletter subscribers only, subscribe to the newsletter. You can visit the website. You can find a link to subscribe right there. That is free as well too. I also want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight and every week. And if you're not listening live, you can tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys are so very much an integral part of the show and what we have all created together as part of this WDW Radio family. I am so very grateful to all of you for letting me share my passion for you with this show, the podcast, the videos, however you like to consume the Disney content and get connected to the experience. I'm able to bring that to you and with you and for you. And I thank you guys sincerely. So until next week, I am Lou Mongello from WDW Radio. Be sure and tune again next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at WDWRadioLive.com. Thanks again, everybody. So until next time, have a great week, everybody. See ya.